Welcome to Comic Shop News. I am Dan, and I'm the host of the LongBox Paradox, and this is episode 56. So thank you for joining me, and let's get started on going through the Previews World Shipping This Week list, and we'll start out with Image Comics. First off, we have 20XX number 2 by Jonathan Luna, and I read issue 1, and I can honestly say I did not love it. Even Luna's art wasn't really up to par for me, which is odd to say because, I mean, a lot of his stuff looks the same, maybe because I wasn't digging the story that much. I'm going to give issue 2 a try, but it's on the might drop list. Next up, we have Ascender number 8. Not much to say other than Jeff Lemire, Dustin Nguyen have just been tremendous on this book. If you're not reading it, well, actually, go read Descender first, and then come to Ascender. You'll love it. I really think so. The art, the story, the world building's just fantastic. We have The Clock, a new comic by Matt Hawkins and Jill Thompson, or excuse me, Colleen Doran. Pardon me. So basically, the premise is within 3 weeks, hundreds of millions of healthy people worldwide contract various forms of aggressive cancer, and it's seemingly a viral outbreak that stumps the best scientific minds available. After a leading cancer researcher loses his wife and watches his 9-year-old daughter begin to succumb to the same illness, he must race against the clock to end a global conspiracy that could propel the world straight into World War III. Interesting book to come out this week of all books with what's going on in Iran and possibly war again. Interesting premise. I'm down to try it. Also, the cover is actually pretty fantastic. We next have Gideon Falls number 20. The A cover by Sorrentino I like. There is a B cover by Gabriel Ba. I'm going with the Sorrentino one just because that's mostly what I've bought. The story is starting to unfold a little bit. It's been a very, very slow burn to get to the point we're at now, but I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll start revealing a little bit more as it goes on. Moonshine number 15. I've always liked Azzarello and Riso and this weird werewolf story with a kind of a mook mobster, Lou Pirlo. Intrigues me, and it's been solid. Check it out if you like the horror element with a little bit of gangsters. Bolivian Song number 23. I know I always feel like I'm on the verge of dropping this book, then something will happen. I kind of hang in there. Since they introduced the Faceless Men, it's gotten a little bit better, like it's actually something happening. Next we have Postal Deliverance number 6 by Brian Hill. And the whole Postal series has been great with this weird off-the-books place called Eden where they send criminals and they kind of live in this community. And Mark, who is the autistic son of the mayor, check it out. At least give the first trade a try. If it doesn't hook you, then you will not like this series. You won't be able to get into it. Pretty Deadly, the Rat, number 5 of 5. Pretty Deadly is one of the books that I'm not a huge Kelly Sue DeConnick fan, but this is one of the books by her that I actually kind of adore. Trees, 3 Fates, number 5 of 5. Warren Ellis, Jason Howard. Enough said, I love the original series of Trees. This one's been not as good as those, but I'm just happy to have the book. And a book I feel like it hasn't released in a while, unless I'm just that behind. I just kind of misplaced them. Witchblade number 17 comes out. I've actually liked this Caitlin Kittredge run. It's kind of endearing weirdly, and it turns the mythos of Witchblade that were put into effect earlier into a different state. And even the look of the costume is very different. I dig it. Check it out. Again, probably not for everyone. Next up, we're at Dark Horse. And first book here I'm looking at is one that I loved, issue 1, and that is Butcher of Paris number 2, based off of a true story of a serial killer during the occupation by the Nazis who was pretending as someone who is going to smuggle Jews out and was instead murdering them. Just fascinating, and especially if you read the back of issue 1 and you start reading the true story parts of it, fascinating. Another one I am actually looking forward to because I finally read it, Kill Whitey Donovan #2. There are 2 covers, one by BYRNE and the cover A by Jason Pearson. The Jason Pearson one just calls to me. Great story. I really enjoyed issue 1, and the premise of a slave girl being freed to do a promise with another young lady to kill someone, and escaping a plantation in issue 1. Outside of that, I'm not too into the Stranger Things comics, but if you are, that is out this week for Into the Fire, it's called. IDW, Dying is Easy #2 comes out. I did not like issue 1 at all, but I just want to let people know that it's out there if you liked it. Turtles #101 comes out after the events of issue 100. Sophie Campbell and Kevin Eastman covers. Kind of not collecting those anymore. We go to DC Comics, and the start of the James Tynion run begins with Batman #86. Pretty great Francesca Mattina cover. It has Deathstroke on it, which is always a win for me. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with this Tynion run. It kind of excites me a little bit just because I don't know what's happening. Then we have Batman the Outsiders #9. The variant edition I kind of like, and that was by Chris Burnham. The series has been kind of up and down for me. A little bit of likes. Catwoman #19. Joelle Jones is doing the interiors and writing in it. The B cover, that cardstock, is by Ian McDonald. I'll probably go with that one. I like it. Then we have from Hill House the Daphne BYRNE #1. Takes place in 19th century New York. The cover alone is very interesting. Interior art by Kelly Jones. So if you're a fan of his old Batman stuff, definitely probably worth checking out. The B cover is by Yasmin Putri. We also have from Hill House this week Dollhouse Family #3 of 6. 2 covers on that as well. This has been a dark book. Fascinating, but super dark. Really enjoying it. I'm a sucker for horror books, and there is a lot of psychological trauma in this book. Check it out if you haven't. Actually, most of the Hill House books I've really liked. Gotham City Monsters #5 of 6. I've always liked this Frankenstein monster. That's the star of it ever since the 7 Soldiers of Victory by Grant Morrison, so I'm kind of have to buy it. Supergirl 838. The interiors have not been great, story-wise and art, but the Derek Chu cover on it I absolutely adore, and that's why I will be buying it. And we are at the Mighty Marvel, and a really kind of up and down week for them. A lot of these Marvel's X covers, which I am not vibing on any of them that I saw. One cover here, though, Amazing Mary Jane #4 comes out, and the A cover by Ramos is interesting, but the B cover by Ryan Gonzalez, there is something about it that I weirdly feel it's going to be hard to find. I can't define why, but if you see it, you might just want to pick it up because it's so weird. We have Amazing Spider-Man #37. I'm kind of about it. The cover, actually, very oddly, I don't think's his best. The B cover by Kevin Coley is the Marvel's X, so I'm not really big on that. Black Cat #8's coming out. I have dropped the book. I noticed that they have Annie Wu doing the art now, and the Campbell cover, and that's probably the Campbell cover is really the only reason to buy it, because Man, that book's been trash. Sorry to the creators of it, but it's just not good. Conan Serpent War number 3 of 4 comes out. The Kaminkoli Moon Knight connecting variant is the one I'll pick up because I just love Moon Knight. That alone makes me pick it up. And Conan Serpent War has actually been a good book. It just has. Deadpool number 2, Chris Bachalo is on art, and that is the main reason why I'm picking it up. I am not a huge fan of Kelly Thompson's writing, but Bachalo, just always, his art's so unique that I just love picking it up and kind of just flipping through it. Excalibur and Fallen Angels number 5 comes out. I have dropped both books due to just not being interested. It just didn't do anything for me. They might improve at some point. Maybe I'll hear about it and pick it up again, but just not enough for me to stay with it. Ghost Rider number 4 comes out. Not in love with the series, but I think it's just a mini. No, apparently it is not. Yeah, I'll stay with it just to see what's going on with Lilith and all that for at least another issue or two. It is on the teetering on the drop. Ghost Spider number 6 comes out, and it's got a Greg Land cover, so it should actually sell well. This story with Jackal has been kind of interesting. So I'm still with it for now. The book has kind of had a downturn after a while, but I hear we're getting Gwenom back again because we can't quit putting Venom with stuff. Mortal Hulk number 29. Mortal Hulk is still a fantastic book. They're kind of changing everything now that Shadow Base is kind of down. Al Ewing's done a fantastic job on this book, just incredible. There is a Nick Bradshaw Marvel's X variant. Then Magnificent Miss Marvel number 11 comes out. I'm just kind of not feeling the book lately. I'm not excited by it. I'm still picking it up, but I just don't feel like the book's been good for a while. And then Marvel's X number 1 comes out. I will be checking that out. It's got Alex Ross cover on it. I'm totally interested in seeing how it's going to go. It's been a long time since I've read a Marvel's book or, that Earth X series. So I might actually have to look through the Earth X again to kind of remember what happened in that. We also have Miles Morales, The End number 1, with an older Miles Morales swinging on the cover, and a cover by Raza. I will be picking it up because, one, the cover is dope, and these End stories sometimes are really good. Morbius number 3, the Rip cover is kind of terrible, the connecting. I do love the scan cover on the A, and actually this has been a decent book. I was surprised because when they announced it, I was like, it's Morbius, it's going to be trash. New Mutants number 5 comes out. I've been enjoying this. This is one of the couple of Donna X series that I've kept with. We have Star number 1 of 5. Why she's getting her own series, I can't quite figure out, but there is a J. Scott Campbell variant, so I will pick that up because it's actually a decent J. Scott Campbell cover, and it's actually using a different pose that I haven't seen him use before, or 120 times. Star Wars Rise of Kylo Ren number 2 of 4 comes out. We also have Symbiote Spider-Man Alien Reality number 2. There is a Bagley variant. I love Mark Bagley. He's a just fantastic artist, and I think it's underrated and not talked about enough how when he was on Ultimate Spider-Man, he kept to that scheduled deadline and put out month after month after month that book. We have Venom number 22. Mark Bagley's doing Venom with Donny Cates. I love Donny Cates. He's one of those writers that kind of snuck up on me. All of a sudden, his stuff just kept getting better, and then exploded. And X-Force number 5, another great book out of the Dawn of X that's come out. I actually probably like this a little bit more than the main X-Men book. From Dynamite Comics, it's a lot of Elvira, Red Sonja, and then Vampirella. That's actually almost every book they put out. Almost every one of them. Boom Studios, we have Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 11. I'll be getting the A cover, and also as well Firefly Outlaw Mal Reynolds. Number 1 comes out, the A cover as well for me on that. And then everything else is like Magicians, Power Rangers. Another book, Strange Skies Over East Berlin, I have not read yet. As for the independent comics, not fantastic. Mainly the only book I saw that really I'm thinking I'm going to pick up is Robotech Remix number 4, and that'll be the A cover. Just not a whole lot outside of that. As always, they don't show all of the variants on here and incentives, so check out Comic List for that, or go check out Midtown Comics to see what they have slated for those. And as always, do your research. It's okay to guess on a book that you might spec on, but maybe don't go heavy into it without any kind of like insider knowledge. Usually with number 1s, I always will pick up and play the long play game where I'm going to stash this. If it goes up, I have a number in my head that will prompt me to sell. I weirdly have a list of stuff I have and what's my magic number. I know that's kind of obscene to do. Some people hate speculators like that. I wouldn't so much call myself as a speculator, but I like to have an idea of what I have and what I think it might be worth and what number I'm willing to accept. As always, happy hunting this Wednesday, and good luck. Hope you get all the books you're looking for. Take care. Bye-bye.